right. Innovation starts with new t-shirt. Lisa spoke about modernizing systems, building the data platforms, and building capabilities. She also gave us something to think about skills that we want to pick up, and think about what we might want to do. Actually, I'm hoping that at the end of this presentation, you also will have some tools to be able to start the innovation itself. First, to talk about what innovation is not. It's not about building flashy products for people to see. It's really about solving problems such as modernizing systems, building data platforms, building capabilities. It's about generating value. It could be reducing the cost of our ICT systems. Many of you have talked about rising cost of ICT systems. It could be about reducing cost of ICT systems, or it could be about rebuilding to meet our future needs. And actually, we all spend a lot of time on repetitive and manual tasks. It's important for us to be able to save some time from doing those tasks so that we have the bandwidth to be able to work on innovations. All of us spend a lot of time on manual data entry. We might be compiling reports across various Excel files, or maybe even on writing minutes, right? Those all take up a lot of time. And based on the survey, actually as much as 57% of our time are spent on this kind of low-value work. And so we need to reclaim those time, and AI is an opportunity for us a tool for us to use to embrace for efficiency. GovTech do provide some tools that you can use. We do have transcribe that some of you might be familiar with. Use it for recording. You can use it for case management, and by doing that, actually you can save up to 70% of the time in doing the case management. Many of you have known about PAIR. In our survey, it actually saves an average of 15 minutes in helping with the coding, the writing, and the data analysis. And some of you will have heard of AI bots. It's quite widely used. By putting all your various documents into AI bots, actually you can do a chat with it and be able to get access to the information that you could need much faster. There are other tools that we can use to supercharge our productivity too. It's not just the tools that GovTech provide. If you have not surveyed what is available out there are various chat tools like Gemini, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, and so on that you can use for unclassified work. There are new tools that are even more capable. If you have not tried them, you should try them. Manus, actually, it allows you to be able to prompt and then do a piece of research on your behalf. You can tell it what research you are working on, and then you go and crawl the internet for all the related materials and put up a report for you based on the prompt that you do. There's a tool called GenSpark that actually generates PowerPoint slides for you. You all have to view a lot of PowerPoint slides. You can explore some of these tools. And that's for unclassified work. And after you do that, actually, it's quite possible to then bring the materials into PAIR, where you can then further refine it and give it the right context. So that you can work on the classified data and give it the data that could be classified. And when GenAI was first rolled out, actually we wanted to immediately try to exploit it for innovation. And the way we did it then was to really pair people with engineers so that they can build prototypes quickly, because it's not really straightforward to build a tool immediately without your engineering skills. So we organized various events like Trailblazers, GovTech, AWS, AI or Launch to pair engineers with our domain experts in order to build prototypes that could solve some of our problems. And that helped because we did produce quite a lot of prototypes that were useful and some of them were productionized to solve our problems. But actually, things has become much easier now. Before that, we always needed to pair a non-technical person with an engineer in order to build the prototypes. It's actually not necessary so now. With vibe coding, you can actually develop a prototype literally in minutes. You just have to know what you want, be able to describe what you want to build, and you can possibly develop the prototype within a matter of minutes or hours. So this is one example When we use vibe coding, actually what you have to do is to prompt it, and then it will generate the code. And then after it generates a code, it's actually possible to just put it into a project, supply it the right code, and then be able to deploy it immediately, and then be able to share it with your colleagues on the prototype that you build. And it turns out like that, right? Actually, you literally can do it. This video was 25 seconds. You literally can do it in a short period of time. But maybe let's take it a bit slower. If you want to really build a product, a prototype, you just have to put in a prompt, right? In this case, you say, build a simple finance dashboard using the fake sample data they have provided. I want to see 3 numbers at the top: total income, total expense, and net profit. Give you a few more instructions, such as creating a button that can add new transactions, and then it should look like this. You can use the GovTech design system, use this banner, and use the main navigation. So give it that prompt, and then it will actually generate the code. And after it generates the code, it's actually to just press one button in order to deploy the code, and tada, actually you can develop a prototype. Now, it doesn't just take minutes. You probably need to take time to refine the prompt, but it actually can be done within a couple of hours to build a prototype, and we have done it before. Okay, and there are many kinds of tools that you can use to do that. There is Google AI Studio that we use in order to build such prototypes, but there are many others. You have Figma Make, you have Lovable, D0, you have Repeat, and our developers like to use Windsurf and Cursor. These are all tools that you can use to build prototypes through vibe coding. And as you do this through vibe coding, it's also useful to collaborate with your colleagues to build some of these prototypes when you innovate. In our case, actually when our HR colleague wanted to develop a tool that would help us in training our product managers, they work with the product managers to develop such a prototype. The HR and product managers together, engineers work together, build this prototype, and when it was built, actually it quickly had 400 interactions in the first week of release. And we think that as we build this, we will actually scale it to other roles within GovTech as well. So we should use vibe coding to build prototypes. We should collaborate across. But more importantly, I think we need to cater time for us to be able to innovate. All of us has too much work. If left to ourselves, actually, we will just say that we don't have time to innovate. We need to specifically and deliberately cater time for us to do that. Some of you are leaders out there. You should also cater time for your officers, and not just time, but also safe spaces for them to experiment and fail. In MDDR, we have Learning Fridays where we give them time to learn and experiment. In GovTech, once a year, we actually give them up to a month to bring people together to experiment and build prototypes. So, this is not just theory. Actually, we have done it in GovTech. Our corporate group actually spent 90 days, which is about 3 months, to allow them to actually experiment. So they did over 3 months, and each month about 1/3 of their staff took some time away to think of what are the problems that they want to solve, and then work on them to build prototypes. And over these 3 months, actually they developed 73 solutions. They are not engineers or data scientists. They are HR people, they are from finance, they are from digital governance, from procurement, from legal, or comms. But without their engineering knowledge, they actually came together, used vibe coding, experimented, and built prototypes that could potentially solve problems. So let's take a look at a video.
AI first works on 2 fronts. We hold performance. Teams are supported with AI clinics, workshops, and learning journeys. We also access to a growing collection of guides, tutorials, and tools to enhance our AI skills. We've run 3 sprints so far, with more than 200 GovTechies working on 73 AI-powered solutions to make our work smarter.
We are a cross-divisional team for finance and digital governance. Our challenge? month-end financial reporting that's a 12-hour marathon against the clock. Our team manually consolidates data from over a dozen sources. It's a high-stakes process with constant error risk. So we built an end-to-end AI-powered treasury management system that automatically integrates and analyzes data, with officers controlling every critical decision. The system requires human confirmation each step: data extraction, validation, and report approval. We tested it with internal audit and finance colleagues for valuable user inputs. We transformed that 12-hour ordeal into just 1 hour, 92% faster, saving 17 man-days annually. Officers remain in complete control while AI handles the heavy lifting.
We are GovTech's policy, performance, and rewards team, trying to solve every officer's struggle with writing code performance evaluations. There's no existing evaluation templates based on GovTech schemas and panel expectations. We built Appraise AI, an AI evaluation buddy trained on all GovTech role schemas, tough evaluator questions, and best practices from expert writers. Our solution guides you through 7 steps. It helps us create impactful evaluations that showcase the actual contributions of the officers. 90% of testers confirm more accurate, impactful evaluations. Users cut evaluation time from a full day to just a few hours, while significantly improving quality of their write-ups.
And that's our AI-first story. Whether you're from another part of GovTech or another public agency, join us in turning small AI experiments into scalable success. Get in touch with us.
Okay, so we have used some of these products, and we hope to productionize some of them so that it can be shared among all our colleagues. But that actually wasn't the most important part. The most important part actually is the mindset shift by all our colleagues that before, where they were afraid to experiment and they think that they don't have the skills, now they know that they can actually work directly to build solutions. Before this, it was hesitation and uncertainty. I'm not sure what kind of AI tools to use. Now I have some confidence to experiment with AI. Prototypes used to take months to build because you need to partner with an engineer before you can build the prototypes. But now you know that it can be deployed in days. It doesn't take months to build a prototype. And we also realize that actually we don't need to work in silos. When you get together, work with a group, when you often are able to define the problem better and be able to solve the problem better. And it will be useful not to review tools that are already existent. So GovTech do provide some platforms. I will encourage you to look at some of these products so that you don't have to review them. Some of the problems that you are trying to solve might involve some of these functions that you might need. For example, you might need a Gov entry to register people for an event, or you might want to provide rewards for an event. You can use hence use Gov Wallet and Gov Rewards. If you want to do booking, you can use Booking SG. If you want to use anonymize some data for experiment, you can use Cloak. Or if it's a case management system, you can use Gather. We talked about transcribe like AI bots just now. You can also use ISA, which is a way to extract data from hard copies so that they can quickly extract the information from the hard copies that you want. And if you have challenges, because the things that we do are all prototypes and the challenges trying to productionize them, can work with our launch team who actually work with you to turn some of your ideas and conduct a larger scale hackathon or experimentation event if you like. Okay, so Minister just now talked about thinking what you might want to do. Actually, today I would say you identify the task that you might want to work on, the problem, experiment with them, and then collaborate with your colleagues to solve some of these problems. So with that, I thank you and hope we continue to innovate together.
Thank you very much, Vipul. Let's give him a big hand. Thank you, Vipul, for your keynote address. Well, ladies and gentlemen,